Okay. So let's now put the cat squirter away.
Oh, that's weird.
Don't play with the squirt gun.
Apparently you have a bad cat.
Yes, every once in a while Stanley likes to misbehave. That's why we have the cat squirter. Taking a nap on the couch and having his claws in your face is kind of painful. So you squirt him and he runs away. Okay, now that I've just recorded 37 seconds of me explaining the cat squirter,
Your camera's not on.
no, my camera is on. It's possible that Justin may have disconnected again.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh my. I got this.
Justin is going to reconnect.
I've got to reboot. That's what I did.
Justin's going to reboot while we do a little bit of talking before we actually get going here. It may be an issue of not using OpenVNC as opposed to using real VNC. I did the quick and dirty install as opposed to actually installing the one that is designed for Linux. But that being said, okay, well, we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that after this. Then we'll figure out how we're gonna do that. Where was I? Okay, so as I mentioned in last week's videos, and I talked to Hunter a little bit more about this in between. Not the Hunter that's here, with the Hunter that was here last week. I talked with Hunter a little bit more about this in between each class video. When I originally started this process, I expected 7 people to start. I had, yeah, Justin's computer is not working the way I'd expect it to. I had 8 people that had filled out the form, 7 people that I actually expected to do it. And I had hoped and I had wanted to keep at least 4 or 5 of them doing it. And maybe had 2 or 3 people each week consistently. Those numbers have degraded into 3 people doing it, and anywhere from 1 to 2 people being there each week, which is not a bad thing, but it gives me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies in terms of maybe the way this is set up is not going to work for everybody. Maybe the timing of it is not perfect, and the constraintness, that's not a word, the constraining nature of how I have it set up time-wise might be making it difficult for people to do it. And the other thing that I was thinking about is one thing that I am really going to hammer home come the beginning of September is you guys need to try to pull more people in the beginning of September. Freshmen, sophomores, whatever you can do, you really need to be working on that, because right now, a team that has been around 10 years, 2648, has, as of this moment, 3 active members.
Oh.
You need at least 5 for a team to function.
What happened to all those people?
Graduated, got done.
I thought last year, but the year before, I
But
had like 40.
it's not relevant at this point. And I would prefer this team not end up in the same vein, because this year we have 1 senior, as far as I'm aware, Hunter. And then next year we'll have, if we keep all the same people, 2 or 3. Justin will be a senior. He'll be a senior? Oh, jeez, okay. So we'll have problems if you guys don't start pulling some people in. So that being said, to give sort of a very general equal opportunity vibe to this, I am changing the game a little bit. Over the next week, I am going to finish up writing the rest of the curriculum for this class that hasn't been finished being written yet. I've still got another 4 or 5 classes left to write. Probably take me most of the week to write them and verify what I write makes sense. And then what I'm going to do is probably next Saturday, I'm going to start earlier in the day, and I'm going to record the rest of what is left. Now, you guys will be welcome to the recording. You don't have to stay for the whole time. Whatever works for you. But I would want to get most, if not all, of the rest of the recordings done for this class so that I can spend what is left of the summer writing and recording the next portion of it, which focuses on robot programming. And the way this will change is that if it feels like, to me, extra help is needed, then we will meet formally wherever. I don't know. The school is in limbo. Mr. Klein is obviously moving out of his house. That's why we're meeting here today. Because
Don't say the truth. Okay, they're not painting because I'm doing
Let's go with the school setup. They don't want you on off school time. They don't want to open the school up. They're not considering that this a function of the school.
So we do lifting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and
This class is not considered a function of the school.
what lifting is.
I can't help that. It's the way they've got it set up. That's why
it's not, let me put it this way. It's not intelligent by any means, but it is what we are currently dealing with. So we're just sort of working through it. So if we need to meet, we will be able to. I'll make sure that we can at some point if people need more help. But what will end up happening is sometime in late November, early December, there will be a cutoff date where the assignments for each class will have to be turned in by that date. Each class will be graded separately, and in each class, if you don't turn in, let's say, 2 assignments, then you will lose 5 points for each assignment that you don't turn in, so for a total of 10 off of your final grade. Based on your 2 grades from the 2 classes, they'll be averaged together, and that will be used to determine whether or not you make it above the 75% that we agreed on before we started this. Well, now listen to me. This is where the other part of the coin comes in. The other reason why the cutoff date will be in late November, early December, I haven't decided the date yet. The reason why that will be the cutoff date is so that you guys have time to drag people in and they have time to work through the assignments and ask for help and learn just as you guys have had the opportunity to this summer. It will probably be a little bit harder for them. They might be a little bit more constrained on time than you guys are. But, you know, if they come in mid-September or so and they do 1, maybe 2 assignments a week, they'd be fine.
But you're already going to have it on recording, so they can go back and catch that.
Right. So this is sort of a means for me to try to get more people, maybe even some people on the team now that have said they don't have the time this summer to do it, to have the opportunity to do it, and to give you guys more time to do the assignments, to get things done, to ask for more help if you need it. Because I know, like, Hunter over here, one of his big constricting factors is his computer has not been cooperating for the most part. And that's been hard, and that's fine. Not a big deal. A constricting factor for Hunter Loader has been that he has been working from like 10 to 7 every day this summer. And when he gets home, he doesn't feel like writing code, and I can understand that sentiment. So it's one of those things where I can understand where the difficulty in being able to do certain things comes from, and I want to make sure that anybody who's currently on the team, not currently doing it, that wants to do it, has the opportunity to, and anybody that we drag into this, if they want to learn, they can watch the videos and do it and still have the same opportunity as anybody else on the team to be a programmer next year. That being said, next week is when the first video of next week will be when I announce, you know, what specifically the cutoff date will be. It will probably be fairly close to my finals week for next semester. That way, once my finals week is over, any backlog of assignments that I haven't graded or backlog of assignments that people turn in, I will have just started Christmas break and I can work my way through it.
So are you still gonna like grade them?
Yes.
So
You will still get, if you turn in an assignment to me, it will get graded within a few days.
So it's not, we're not gonna just wait until that last
No.
turn off.
And I do not recommend that you wait until the very last day. Because if you wait until the very last day and you turn in 10 assignments and you make the same mistake on 10 different assignments, I could have told you on the first one that you were making the mistake. But now you've just lost anywhere from 1 to however many points because you made the same mistake consistently on multiple assignments. That's why when you did that first assignment, Justin, I was like, don't turn in the second one to me just yet, because we can come over a couple things. But I don't want... Well, I think that the 3 that I have now would work well as programmers for next year. I want to make sure that anybody that wants to do it has the opportunity to put their hat into the ring and say, you know, if I put the work in, at the very least I tried, and maybe I'll have the opportunity to be one of the programmers. Because remember, it's above 75 for a grade between the 2 classes, and it's the top 3. That's what you guys decided on. Everybody, including Brock, was there when we talked about it. So, I wanna stick to that. I wanna keep with that theme, I guess would be the word for it, and make sure that anybody that we bring in will have the same opportunity as you guys, albeit maybe with a little bit less time to do it. So next week, my plan is to record as much as I can. For as long as I can. I really don't have anywhere to go next week as far as I'm aware. So we will, you'll be welcome to come. I'll let you guys know a time. But, and a place, of course. I don't know if it'll be here. I don't know if I'll try to find someplace else to do it. But we will go from there. I haven't really put too much thought in it. I've been trying to figure out what I need in order to write the last few classes and make sure that that's all squared away. But this is taking longer for me to talk about than what I wanted. This video is done. We're going to get into content next. And next week we'll only have one more of these sort of beginning spiel videos, and then we will cover content for the entire time, as opposed to the normal format, which is 10 to 15 minutes of me talking at the beginning with no content, and then 3 or 4 videos of content. So,